Blind Man Travels here. Today we are going to come back to discuss Johnny Somali, and this time I figured out how to pronounce his legal name, which is Ramzi Khalid Ismail. So now I can say that with confidence. My last video, which is pinned right up there, I had not quite figured out how to say that properly. But we are going to discuss his actions and the consequences for his actions in South Korea again. So if you don't know anything about me, I am a travel-related content creator, creating content intended from a disabled point of view as inspirational for other disabled people who want to travel solo, or for people in general who want to see how a disabled person does travel. So if you like that type of content, you can definitely hit the subscribe for that. Also press the thumbs up and turn on the bell for notifications, because it is free and it does help the channel. So without further ado, let's go ahead and we'll get deeper into this discussion about Johnny Somali. So first of all, I do have to give credit where credit is due for this updated information. This is coming from Legal Mindset directly. So first of all, there are signs going up in Korean convenience stores after his incident where he was drinking on the premises at the 7-Eleven in Korea. And it basically says, "We don't sell alcohol or cigarettes to foreigners. Thank you. You can't even have an ID card." So that's pretty definite there. So that doesn't put other foreigners in a good light just because of that. Obviously, it has made the Korean people in general mad about it, because this guy has been broadcast on mainstream news media in the country. So all the Koreans know about him and are upset about his actions. So next thing I see here, it looks like this was from Johnny Somali. I'm not sure what platform this was on exactly, but it was, "Show this to the judge and the prosecutor. There will always be more Johnny Somalis, even when I leave." So that's basically threats right there. And as of right now, he has been banned from TikTok. So he was all over the place at one point in time. So he was on Twitch, then he was on Kick and YouTube and TikTok, and now the only social media source he has is Rumble, but he's erasing the content on Rumble because he's trying to hide things. But remember, the internet, once it gets on the internet, it's always findable, because there are other users that are going to make recordings or download the content. And Koreans have been trying to reach out to Instagram to get him banned off of Instagram for his actions. So this is from Instagram support. And the Instagram account Johnny Somali is owned by Ramzi Khalid Ismail, known as Johnny Somali. He's infamous for going abroad and spreading terrorist hate speech while promoting degenerate, while promoting degeneracy. and committing unlawful acts. He shouldn't be allowed to perform or promote his sick behavior. How does he still have an Instagram account? Oh, this is actually a message to Instagram. Okay, my mistake. This is a bad image for Instagram to allow such a person a voice to promote his antics. Please look into this and take appropriate action. And they link an NBC News article about the guy. And as of November the 18th, these are updates as of November 18th, he updated his address and requested a public defender, which means that he is going broke. So the reason why the Korean authorities arrested him, but they didn't put him in jail, is because they don't want to house him till his trial. So he has to fend for himself. So that's usually a bad sign when he changes his address and when he requests a public defender. So a public defender is probably not going to be able to help him get off on the accusations against him. The prosecutor assigned to his trial does have a 90% win ratio, or over 90% win ratio for obstruction of work business. His first hearing of his trial occurs in December, likely before the holidays. There isn't a definitive date on that. His obstruction of business, pending first court hearing, one at trial, and at least one more pending under police investigation. Reference section 314 Criminal Act, penalty per count, up to 5 years of imprisonment and up to 15 million Korean won, which is approximately $11,000. So those could be stacking up as well. And then there's the deepfake imagery. We're using AI to show images of himself with other people where they're not even really present. And that's at stage 2 police investigation. There's at least 3 counts, potentially more, because other content creators in Korea may press charges against him for that. That's Article 14 Act on Special Cases Concerning Punishment of Sexual Crimes. Penalty per count up to 5 years in prison. A fine of up to 50 million, which is about 40,000 USD. If obscene, longer prison sentence and charges in digital sexual harassment may be added. So that's basically what that one is for. That was when he was on the train and he had his text to speech playing lewd comments when there were minors all around. So in that case, that's just another example of leave the kids alone. And then he later said that he did not know that that was what was happening, which is absolutely bogus, because he could just disable the text-to-speech altogether if he really wanted to. So now there's also investigation for drug use. Remember, in South Korea, even marijuana is illegal. So that's at stage 2 for a police investigation. Narcotics Control Act, penalty per count, up to 5 years of imprisonment and fine in millions for simple use, not distribution or repeat offenses. And then this is the assault. So even if someone assaults him, in South Korea, there isn't any option for self-defense because both parties do get charged with assault. So there is no option for self-defense. So there's at least one, and there's pretty good chance that there'll be more. So that'll be Article 2, Punishment of Violence Act, penalty per count, simple assault up to 2 years of imprisonment and up to 5 million won, which is approximately $4,000 per. Aggravated assault up to 10 years imprisonment. That does require injury or weapon in that case. And so blackmail, that's at stage 2. Police investigation, penalty, that's up to 10 years of imprisonment. I don't see anything for monetary on that one. And then there's insults, where police investigation, and at least one, probably more again. Article 2, Punishment of Violences Act, penalty per count, simple assault, up to 2 years of imprisonment and up to 5 million won. Again, 4,000 USD. Aggravated assault up to 10 years imprisonment. And again, that does require injury or weapons. And the as threats, that's at stage 2 for police investigation. There's at least one count for that. And the penalty up to 3 years of imprisonment. Public indecency, that's at stage 2 for police investigation. And there's at least one for that. And that's up to 1 year of imprisonment. And if you look at this slide, the green are these are charges that are filed by Korean YouTubers. So blackmail up to 10 years, insults up to 1 year, and deepfakes 5 or more years. And then as threats to children up to 3 years, business obstruction up to 5 years, supporting the DPRK, so North Korea, which is an NSA crime, up to 7 years. So public indecency up to 1 year. And let's see what else we got here. Other potential charges, illegally accessing obscene material, 1 year. Violation of railroad safety, 2 years. Incitement to violence, up to 3 years. So suffice it to say, when you look up how not to behave when you go to another country, you're in the encyclopedia, you're going to see his image there for now. Probably for a very long time. So this should be a cautionary tale to anyone that wants to incite or behave in a way that's not respectful to the local culture. So this is going to be something where it's a big deal. So I'm not surprised if he does cop a plea deal for it, because all those charges, and I lost count of all those charges. Again, some of them are not all pressed against him. Some of them are under investigation and pending. But I would not be too surprised if he got a multi-year, like a 25 to 30-year judgment. So that's why he's probably going to cop a plea, but I do think he is going to spend the Christmas season in a Korean jail or prison, and that doesn't sound like a very pleasurable experience for the holiday season. So that is what we're going to say about that. Again, if you're not familiar about me, I do create content as a disabled person once again, and I am working on a travel challenge as of right now, where every month I go to a different city in the United States. So as of right now, I started in Los Angeles, and then I went to Albuquerque, Houston, and now I'm in New Orleans. And my next city is going to be Atlanta. More travels coming soon. To see the video where I discuss my 12 Metro and 12-month challenge, click right there. To see another video of me traveling in Japan, click right there. I'm not sure where it's going to be because I am blind.